Thank you so much for having me. So as she said, I'm Kayla Serverius, so I'll just start now. When I was 4 years old, I learned the word tsunami. I'm not sure where I picked up this massive word, but I fell in love with it right away. The way it sounded, how it rolled off my tongue, it was just perfect. It wasn't until much later in life that I actually learned what this word meant and how the meaning would affect me. But let's back up. My name is Kayla Serverius. I'm 14 years old, and I'm a freshman at Portsmouth High School. I have sensory processing disorder, Asperger's syndrome, and narcolepsy. And all my life, I have been chastised for being too smart for my own good. I experience the world with all my senses on high alert, and I see the most minute details that most others would miss. I have been told that I couldn't do things because I was a girl or I was too young to be taken seriously. I do not let these perceived weaknesses stop me from my vision. They are exactly what has helped me become so successful. I am the proud founder and CFO of CreativeMornings, the world's first crowdfunding platform safe for kid and teenpreneurs. My sisters and I launched this platform as a way to amplify the voices of young CEOs in need of capital. Although we just launched in March of 2020 as the pandemic hit, we have already helped over 20 entrepreneurs raise over $7,000. We have been featured in Inc. magazine, Medium, and in front of Gary Vaynerchuk's audience of over 8 million followers 3 different times. When I was asked to share my story at CreativeMornings, I was thrilled. The theme most intrigued me, ripple. When I started thinking about ripples, what they are, and where they came from, most of us would think of a ripple as strikingly beautiful, elegant, concentric waves caused by a pebble being dropped in a lake. This satisfying plunk and subsequent fluxes in water tension mesmerized me. Mesmerized by the mathematical precision, watching the ripples fan out from the point of contact is something most enjoyable and cathartic to me. Something being dropped in that forces the world around it to move, an outside force acting upon it. But as beautiful as these ripples are, they are inherently flawed. Each ripple is strong at the source, but its waves dampen further, they deviate from the point of impact. Ripples only last when acted upon by an external force. They can only travel so far unless another pebble is dropped in. Many of us live our lives like these ripples, only going so far until the next external force, the next validation, living happily, ecstatic, even when we are hit with the first like, share, or follow. We even teach this thought process to young children. Give a compliment to a friend and fill their bucket is a phrase commonly drilled into elementary school classrooms. The idea that we need others to fulfill us. As a teenager, I know what this is like. I used to live for the excitement of a notification on my phone, an indication that someone was thinking of me. I believed that I needed others around me to validate me, and sometimes still do, to fill my bucket and restart my ripples and actions. But just like these ripples, the longer we go without the shared likes and follows, begin being dropped into us, we can grow weary, sad, or withdrawn from the intention. I started to look at things from another angle. What if we didn't need this external motivation? What if the most commanding and accumulating ripple came from within? What would you do if you had the strength inside of you the whole time? What would you be capable of if you tapped into that strength? Now let's go back to 4-year-old me, the one obsessed with tsunamis. Tsunamis are one of the world's most devastating natural disasters. They also create the largest ripples. Majestic and transfixing, a tsunami doesn't require an external force and motivation. It finds everything it needs from deep down within. Now, what if people were more like tsunamis? What if we didn't require everyone around us to continue to drop pebbles into us and to restart a motivation and commitment to life? What if we realized that we could create the biggest ripples from within ourselves? Just like tsunamis, independent of the world around us, it is possible for us to generate our own ripples from within. We can start into motion small ripples that which grow into waves and massive tsunamis without the need of validation from others. What would you do if you didn't need the validation from others to be who you are? What are you holding back because you're afraid? Who would you become if you weren't relying on others to start your ripple? Learning how to start your own ripple from within won't be easy. Rewiring those neurons that told us that we need followers, likes, and shares to be relevant will be tough. That ingrained concept that we need others to continually validate our ideas and life decisions in order to be happy will take some time. It will take patience, kindness, self-love. It will be turning a negative thought into a positive one. It will take being brave even when you don't want it to be. It will probably force you to face some things that you never really wanted to. It will force you to stay strong and forgive yourself in the times that you've been mean in your own head. You will need to practice throwing self-doubt out the window when you feel imposter syndrome creeping in. If you are kind and forgive yourself for mix-ups and step aside from your goal, you can do it. If you release yourself from some of the societal barriers holding you back from being yourself, you can do it. It will be gradual and the journey won't always be linear. But as each day passes, you will see your mindset changing and you'll begin to feel the swell inside of you. Every day, these ripples grow bigger and bigger. And as soon as you realize that you can create this energy, motivation, and self-actualization from inside, you will have mastered the art of how a ripple becomes a tsunami. Thank you.